Yeah, just like to get the ball rolling, I was like wondering what is the first memory that comes into your mind when you think of Skinny Love?
I remember we had one scene in the playground where
Yeah.
Tony's brother was I remember that day very well because we were in, I think, your car while we were waiting between scenes and a lot of teenagers.
Yeah. Right. Yes. I felt very
And they
old
were
that day.
yeah, and they were so funny, the teenagers
Yeah.
in that scene. They had so many funny like improv moments.
I think the stuff on the playground was very fun, especially the last scene in the car when you were like in the trunk, like hide from the camera, but also listen to the scene and trying to direct it. I thought that was very fun. Like
That's the same day that we filmed the card scene by the sunset. When we were shooting that scene with the teenager in the playground, Oscar was the one who was like, if we finish this before whatever, 10 or whatever, we can go to Grótta and there's going to be a beautiful sunset. And so we did that.
The scene with the card came to my mind, but actually the flashback that I have is wondering about the need for the red light to make it look like it's sunset, even though it was actually sunset. But like, yeah, that you have to enhance the light. So
yes, when we did the close-ups, because the sun had pretty much set, so to match the lighting. But I ended up using just like the one take of the whole time. And I remember, like at the time, I knew, and everyone else knew. I remember Aaron was like, "Why are we doing this? You're only going to use the one take, but for safety purposes, like we just."
Yeah.
I was thinking of that like one of the longer monologues where I kind of broke in the end. I think I was very tired that day and I couldn't stop laughing, and I spit the fries all over.
Yes. Yeah. That was.
Yeah. Because I feel like I feel like I took that monologue on like only the night before, so I had like the night before to remember.
I have another funny story, actually, a humiliating story. Now that we're talking about
ball is rolling.
I remember vividly. I had a lot of pop scenes where she's on like the
bike,
the
scooter,
electric,
and I'm terrified of riding this bike. And I remember while we were shooting, you were always yelling at me like, "Go faster! Go faster!" You're like a grandmother.
One of the shooting days when we were at the cafe, the sun was shining, and like in between takes, we were just sitting in like an area behind the house, and I just remember sitting there and I was thinking, "Oh, this is nice," and we were joking. Like, I don't know, it was a very nice day.
Do you remember like anything about the rehearsal process, like how you?
I remember meeting Magdalena for the first time, and when I saw her and she saw me, we realized that we knew each other.
We worked together.
After you had said yes, did you have like regrets?
No regrets. I was more like, am I actually gonna do this, and am I gonna be really shitty compared to all the other people who are acting in this movie, you know? And like, am I gonna bring anything useful? Because it was like I had a little bit of fear of like, what if I'm not bringing anything, like no new information? They know everything that I know, you know what I mean?
Wow, that's so funny for you to say, because you brought, like, I couldn't have done it without you. You reshaped my whole world.
That's so nice.
All the information I needed, and I had no other contact to go as deep as I did with you. Like, I couldn't talk
that's
to
so
anyone else
nice.
about it. So, and I also thought you were really amazing actress.
Thank you. Thanks, that's so nice. I'm so happy I could bring something useful to the table other than the outfits, because I knew I was bringing good outfits to the table.
And then you did the outfit as well. Oh, I forgot about that.
And some of the props and like jewelry and like
I think Emily wore. I think I had like 3 clothes that were not from Atelovisa that she wore.
Yeah.
I think most of her outfits were something you brought on.
There's a certain style, at least at the time, that like
very specific, very outgoing style. Like Jana brought like really good clothes for completely like characters who do not do porn.
You also did, I think, my makeup for at least a few scenes, like the more makeup heavy scenes. You did my makeup for those, I think. I remember.
Yeah, we stole your style for the film. So
Yeah.
I stole your whole personality for it.
before in other films, I have directed a lot of people who have never acted before. So I was like,
Sure.
she's prime for it.
Well, yeah, because you brought the good point of when I said, "Why do you want me? I've never acted before," and you said like, "Have you ever worked at like a store before?" And I said yes, and you said, "Then you've acted before," and I was like, "Whoa, that's such a good point. That's true. Everybody, customer service people are acting all day, every day. They're acting happy and like wanting to help you." I was like, "Wow, that's such a cool perspective. I'd never heard it like that before."
I don't remember that, but that sounds really smart. So I'm gonna be like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you said at the cafe house. I was like, yeah, I was thinking about Haukip, where I was like, go and die in, all day, every day, and you don't want to do it. That's acting. I'm like, oh, cool.
It was first time on screen for me also. So and coming back to your question about the first impressions of the script, I received it in Icelandic. And just with like parts of when it's my part translated to English, but so I didn't have a context of the whole story. So then I brought the script to my friends and was like, okay, you read through and you tell me if if it's of any worth, or But so they thought it was great, and but I remember having a moment of like, okay, maybe it's very different to act on screen. I think I was afraid to perform in a way like it's theater, and then you have this strange characters that are overplaying or something. And I did have a conversation with my friends of like, okay, if I'm gonna turn out to be the worst actress and you will have to see my face in some places, are we still fine? Yeah, it was. And also, it was really funny. So I would be figuring out as we go the whole story. So I knew, more or less, but I couldn't read in the details. So for me, it was quite a fun adventure.
You sent me a message on Instagram and you said, I have this project and I think you would be good for it. And first of all, I was like, okay, I don't really know how legit this is, like a message on Instagram. But yeah, the whole time I was just kind of curious what would happen and like what kind of the premise of the movie was, because for me my role was very like PG 15-year-old, and then the rest of the movie is very not that. It was just exciting. It was a fun time.
How did you like the end product, the film?
I enjoyed it, even though, again, coming back to English, the premiere was not with subtitles. So the day when I was like, finally, I'm gonna know everything that happened. I got a little bit more from like whatever, understanding a bit, but I rewatched it later with subtitles somewhere. But being in a theater and like seeing at least from the atmosphere, and of course understanding the parts that were in English, or just understanding a bit of Icelandic, I felt really like really comfortable also, and not like really feeling like it's good. Like I felt I'm gonna cringe to death if it comes out. In because I think it's such a theme that can really just tiny bit too much of something or too less, it just can go quickly wrong, and I didn't feel it happen. So that was I felt really good about that watching it.
I remember taking my dad, my aunt, and 2 of my cousins. I remember needing to I needed to pee very bad before the movie was starting, and everyone's going into the theater, and I was like, no, I have to go right now. So I went and I tried to pee very fast, and when I came in, it had kind of already started. At least everyone was talking, and I had these chunky heels on, and I just went boom, boom, boom down the stairs in the theater. Everyone could hear me coming in. And yeah, watching the movie in the theater with my family was interesting, definitely. I think if I had any other part in that movie, I wouldn't have brought all those people with me.
I remember I blacked out the whole premiere day. It just like that whole thing was so stressful. I don't even know why it was so stressful. We were just like going there to watch it. I was so like stressed because it had been so long. What was it, like 2 years after Wrap that it like about, right?
Yes,
yeah.
About 2 years, yeah.
And yeah, so I was like, in my mind that whole time, I remember I had dinner in front of me before we went, and I was like, I couldn't even eat it. I was so nauseous and nervous. And I remember being there thinking like, okay, in my head, I felt like I did a good job. And I was like, what if I go and I have my whole family here? And what if I'm so horrible the whole time? And my dad is here. And I wanted to impress my dad because obviously he's an actor as well. And this was like my first acting thing. I'm like, what if I'm so horrible? And he's going to be like, wow, that's great. You know, like a pity, kind of a pity. You did a good job, honey. That's great. But I remember as I was, you know, as the scenes went on, I remember like, wow, okay, this is fun, this is funny, we're all coming across really well, I felt. And I was also nervous about like, what if the insight I brought is somehow like offensive to like this community, you know, like what if I came to this movie with some things from the OnlyFans community that they're gonna look at and be like, why would you bring this here, you know?
I remember, like, I had forgotten some of the scenes, and when I was watching it, I was like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot we did this scene, and I totally forgot we did that scene, and I even forgot how it ended. I remember the last scene, but I couldn't remember like the few that were leading up to the end, and so I was very surprised at how I could watch it as an audience member as well as an actress. I think it's so hard to watch yourself on screen.
Yes.
Because you're always like making notes of yourself. So it's hard to enjoy as an audience member. But I think I managed to do that at least a little bit for the first time when we premiered this movie.
Yeah, I remember you disappeared like right after the film. We were gonna go to a bar, and we had to call you. I've been, hey, you want to meet up? So, any like final words or anything?
I think I just want to say it's great to see you.
Yeah.
You too.
Likewise. Yeah.
Hey, we had a lot of fun shooting.
Yes.
It was
So
really-
much fun.
It was. I thought at least was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look back at it with happiness.
Yeah. The standards are high now. If I were to go on set again and it's not exactly like that, I don't want it. It was so fun and safe, and like everybody, it felt very, you know, everybody was friends, and there was no negativity on my end, at least.
No.
Yeah.
Same. Surprisingly, like relaxed to do it. I was genuinely surprised all the time when we were shooting that it's not stressful. Yeah.
Agreed. I agree.
Last words from you, Siggy.
Yeah,
Just,
Tony, you tell us something.
I'm so thankful for not just this interview, but for you doing the film and for being so great in the film.
Oh.
Really brought it to a whole nother level. It wouldn't be good without you, I think.
Aw.
But yeah, goodbye, and we'll do.
Bye. Good to see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.